Hi guys, welcome to Coding Ambitions. This is Sunil Diman. Today we will discuss about intents in Android with example. I have created an example app, but first of all, let's move to some theoretical part. I have prepared three to four slides for you guys that will help you understand better. So let's move on to the theoretical part. Then we will come back to this practical part. So this is the theoretical part, and here we will discuss what are intents. So basically intents are the objects which are used for passing the information among components such as activities and services, etc. If we want to pass some kind of information from one activity to another activity, from activity to services, service bit among services, all for all that purposes intents are used. Intents are also used for communicating between the application components, broadcast receiver, browser, etc. within the same app and different apps as well. Yes, using intents we can send data among the activities or services of same app and as well as of different apps. Intents are used for redirecting from one activity to another activity. If we want to move from one activity to another activity, we can use intent for that purpose. Types of intent: implicit intents, explicit intents. So when you don't specify the name of the component but only specify the action of the intent. So whenever we don't specify the name of the component, and it is the duty of the system to decide which app or component it wants to invoke. Here we are not specifying the any name of the intent. Those intents are implicit intents. Like say if we want to open a browser or gallery, then in both of these cases we will not specify whether we want to open gallery or browser. So we will just specify the action of the intent, and system implicitly itself decides about the type of the component which it wants to invoke. So, and explicit intents are when we specify the name of the component. Let's say we want to move from one activity to another activity, from activity A to activity B, then in activity A we will specify the name of the activity B, and then we will start that activity using the intent. So when we specify the name of the intent, it's explicit intent, and when we don't specify the name of the intents, it is implicit intents. Intent filter. So basically what is intent filter? Intent filter is very important part of the intents. In the manifest, Android manifest file, we usually declare the type of intent with action in intent filter. So all the things action category are defined in the intent filter for a component. So this is the very important part. If we don't have defined any intent filter for any of the activity in the manifest, then app will not be able to receive any intent. So this is very most part. Let's take an example. Let's say we want to opening the URL in browser. It means browser app. So it means browser app have declared the action underscore view intent in intent filter of any of its components or activities to handle the case of viewing the content from URL. Yes. Let's suppose if we want to view the content of some URL, and we just use the action underscore view intent, and then we start activity using intent. So but how browser activity handles that intent, because browser app has defined that intent with this intent filter, and action of the intent filter is action underscore view. So it has defined somewhere. That's how it is able to receive our intent. If let's say if we want to receive intent, then we have to define this intent somewhere in our application, in the manifest, in any of the activities. If we haven't defined this action view any of the intent in any of the intent filter, then our app will not be able to receive this intent action. So this is the main part, very main part of the intent. There are three elements of intent filter: action, category, and data. Action is the kind of action we are going to perform. Like if we want to view the data, we want to send the data. So for those purposes, action underscore view and action underscore send is used. So category defines there are some categories, you can read them on Android official blog, or and you can Google it. So there are many categories for intents. So here we will discuss about category underscore default. This is required to receive intents. If it is not declared in any activity, your app will not be able to receive intent. So it is very must. This category is very must. There is one more category called category underscore launcher. You can also use that for if you want to define some activity as a launcher activity. And third one is data. It declares the type of data accepted. If we want to share text, then we can use text slash plain. If we want to share image, then we can use data as image slash star, so any kind of image. Similarly, for video, we can use video slash star, any kind of video. So these are the parts of intent filter. And this is the diagram I have created for you guys, so you will better understand. So intents, first of all, it's the two categories in the intents: explicit intent, implicit intent. In explicit intent, we have starting activity, starting service, sending broadcast. So all these are the parts of explicit intent. And let's say we want to send mail, open the web page, and dial call. All these are implicit intents. So let's move on to the practical app which I have created, so you will better understand these things. So this is the app. Let's come back to this. So you can see I have defined two blocks of code. First one is for implicit intent, second one is for explicit intent. Here in the implicit intent, you can see I haven't defined the name of the component anywhere. It's just action and data. So depending upon this action, system will automatically invoke the desired app. And in the explicit intent, I have declared the name of the component. This is another activity. So this is explicit intent. Let's rerun our app and let's yes, now it's running. And now we'll check both of the examples. First one, I will click on implicit intent. Here you can see it is opening the that URL in the browser. Yes, it has opened that website in the browser. So this is implicit intent. System has automatically invoked the desired app here. We haven't defined the name of this component because we have just defined the intent action underscore view. So depending upon that, system has opened the invoke desired app. It has opened the browser and show the content of the URL. Now come back to the second part. Now we will click on explicit intent. And it has opened another activity because we have specified this activity to open. So this is explicit intent. And the second part here is we have put it some extra data here, that is some data, and the value of the data is some value. And in this activity we have picked up that data and showed in the toast. You can see here we have picked that data from intent.extras. These are used for picking up the data which we have passed from some activity in the extras. So from extras we have picked up that string because we have passed this string. If we might have passed integer, then we have used here function for get int. Similarly, there are different functions for each kind of data. So let's see if this data is being displayed correctly or not. So toast should display this value. Let's check it. Some value. This is yes, it's showing the same value. So these are the examples of implicit and explicit intents, and I hope you guys now have an idea about intents in the Android. So next time I will be coming with some another tutorial, and you can, if you like the video, you can share it, and you can leave your comments if you have any doubts. And till then, keep coding, and I will come back with the next tutorial. Till then, bye bye, take care, have a great time, and keep coding.